Now get out of my way.
We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing back, brother. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer! Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, guys. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech.
Raven your GS.
Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
And welcome to the spotty review of that man there, Loki. And you know what you have to do? No mischief. Come on, guys. You know what you should be doing. Pressing that button. You know you love these reviews, so give us a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, your family, those Marvel nerds out there, or non-Marvel nerds. What you man saying about this first episode into Loki?
I just want to put it out there. I feel like for the past 10 years, everybody's there's every single person on Earth is a Marvel fan. Like even if you're not deep into it,
Yeah.
you're plugged into a Marvel movie. It's
10
just
million people.
it's just the time and space, pun not intended, that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's true, isn't it? But yeah, man. Look, I just wanna go back to the conversations we were having about like in 2012, right?
Mm.
So isn't that from Avengers Assemble?
Bro, it's the same time. Yes, they take the Avengers Assemble scene and the Endgame scene because they're...
Endgame comes back to
No, it doesn't.
Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, but it doesn't come back, Raven.
They did a time travel to it.
No, bruv.
This is why
You're
time
thinking
travel is all mad.
It's not mad. You're thinking, yeah, you're taking it too far because you watched Avengers now or then, and you watched Endgame the other day. You're still seeing it like this, but bruv, them things just happened.
Yeah,
In the new time,
yeah,
and that's all they did. They just put the scene together.
And then. So then, what was you asking if that scene was there?
Yeah, it was new. Because that wasn't in Assemble, and I'm pretty sure I never saw it in Endgame. So I'm like, did they just do that scene for this?
No,
I think they've done that scene before.
They did that scene for Endgame. That scene's from Endgame.
Did they make the cut?
No, you two are talking about two different things.
The first scene when they on top of
Stark
Loki.
Tower.
Yeah, did you see the whole...
That scene is from Assemble.
Yeah.
Then when they go on the lift...
No, I'm not talking about that.
That's what I'm saying. Sam's talking about the scene in between that where Loki turns into Captain America. No, that scene we hadn't seen before, but we'd seen Loki do that before.
Yeah.
That's a new scene for that moment. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
It just wasn't that mad. Get me? But yeah, no, it wasn't that at all, bro. It wasn't.
Bro.
You
know what? Yeah, like I feel that that's what this thing's always gonna be about. It just keep you on your toes, like with
that was not one of the scenes trying to keep
not,
on his toes.
But that's what it's gonna drive the conversation. Better people are just gonna be out there. Their mind is gonna be frazzled, bro.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Like the most simple things, like what just happened, is just gonna just. That's what it's gonna be, bro.
I don't know. Like personally, like generally, I like the episode, but like I felt like there was gonna be a bit more. I thought it was obvious that we'd had conversation before, and you had said that you think it's gonna be Loki hunting down other Lokis, which I'm with for the Highlander thought process of it. But then I thought it was kind of obvious when they first met Owen Wilson. It's Owen Wilson's character, right? When we met Owen Wilson's character, Morbius. In the church, and then he was like, oh, there's bare knife wounds. In my head, I was like, it's obviously Loki. Do you get what I'm saying? And then when the kid pointed at the devil, I was just like, oh, this is them trying to throw us off, but also make fun of everyone with the Mephisto thing that had been running through the whole of WandaVision. But then maybe it might be Mephisto. But then we got into another conversation where we was talking about Kang, and I'm like, maybe there's an interpretation of Kang in this MCU where just there is a variant of someone who is in the past, present, and future, and that could be embodied by the actual Loki character. Because this episode, they spend the time like pretty much rewriting Loki's DNA. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Loki is a prick, and I'm always gonna say that choked out Thanos Loki is the Loki I hate. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he dies, but here in this episode, this one episode,
this gives you a chance to like a Loki. What they're trying to do is
they're trying to. For everyone who loves Loki, you man are already in.
Yeah.
But for man like me, you're trying to reforge my mind to think about Loki differently. To think about if he knew the repercussions of his actions, he'd act differently. Which I don't agree with, but I'm here to watch the show. Yeah,
I was going to say that because I like this episode. For me, the dialogue was so mad how he's always spouting the destiny's up to me. And then Owen Wilson, Morbius dude is like, no, those destinies are already written. So no matter what you're trying to do or say, like, you can't go around it. And then he's always saying, I'm doing this, I'm destined for this, I'm going to be that. And for me, it's like, it's partly true, but that's why I feel like this is going to, like, he's going to write his destiny through this, because now it feels like he's already gaining control of who he actually is. Like, even him writing, like, stating down about... Yeah.
About understanding who he is,
Which was, I found was mad, because I was like, they always show him just hurting people, even if it's the repercussions of what he does that gets people hurt. His parents, even then people around him, even his deviant selves to stabbing people bare times. And you see, like, it seems like he does enjoy it, but then when he breaks down, it's like, it's about a weak person making other people fearful. Then I was like, raw.
To make him feel strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
All that stuff is mad. And I wouldn't really thought about it like that. And obviously, he never really portrays that. Like, he's never really seen himself as weak.
Bro, what were you talking? Come on.
No, himself. Him himself. Like, when we see the interpretation of Loki throughout the movies.
No, I
he never sees himself as weak.
I don't know, bruv. I don't know. Like, he never has that moment that he had in this where he has the moment of clairvoyancy and understanding. But I still think there's moments in there in Tom Hiddleston where you just know, like, bruv, you're some way shoot, bruv. There is, bruv. Bare seeds. Like, and that's like the scenes with his mum when they put this in there where she's like, oh, you're always so you always have such a good perceptive of everyone else, but never yourself, bruv. Scenes like that, I think, are peppered through the MCU with Loki, showing you that deep down he's moist, bruv. And to be honest, like, man broke it down, Morbius broke it down. Bro, you do bare losing. You try bare hard and you lose all this, bruv.
Again, like, that's what the mum said, like, he doesn't, like, even if he does and he's in that moment later is like, no, that wasn't me. I'm not that guy. I'm going to be destined to be king. And now, it feels like he knows what he is and what he's destined to be. I think it's going to be a sick story from here on out.
I think for me, he's always like, I always believe that deep down inside of a person, they know the truth, innit? But I feel like here, what we're talking about the power levels, I think one of the big things about this episode is they're just showing you that all of the levels, the highest level of power you've seen in the MCU, and here is now, look, new ball game. That's why they're like, oh, we use Infinity Stones here as paperweights. Like, you man, just understand this is the next level. And I feel like now that he was faced with that, bruv, he had no other opportunity to admit it. I'm not saying, for me, he knew already. Okay. But when you have that verbalization, that is different. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel, he's known he's, bruv, if you're moist, you know you're moist.
I think some people are really like,
so wrapped up in that mindset that they think it's real.
Yeah, like they constantly lie to themselves and will never have that realization probably until until his death with Thanos, where it's like, I'm gonna have to die for this now to save maybe the world or the stone or Thor, and then it was too late. I feel like some people are like that. They constantly lie to themselves until it's the end.
He was lying to himself thinking he could shank Thanos in the neck, bro. 100%. Idiot. When he had 2 infinities, the clown. Anyway, but yeah, man. I really like this episode. I love how they explain the whole time thing. All of the information, morphology, bare of it just spilling out everywhere. It leaves us with more questions just about the bigger MCU, but it also like kind of plugs us deep into like just where is this rabbit hole going, man. So yeah, man, onto this thing here.
I think both of you were kind of right when you're talking about Loki's personalities, because if you go back and you look at his behavior on everything he's done, it's like it comes from a place of
shookness, bro.
Yeah, of shookness.
Yeah, he's
like,
scared, bro.
Do you know what I mean? And obviously you have to constantly tell yourself. And it like, look when he came out of the portal in Mongolia.
Straight.
He's got like 3 people standing looking down to him, and the first thing he does is run up to a rock so he can be above them. That should tell you the frame of mind, didn't it? Like, and everything that whenever he says, "Yo, like, don't touch me," like, you know, like I'm a god.
He's
Like,
a clown,
do you know what I mean? And he's always he always has to flex that, you know, like. Like, there's people out there, you know who you are, but if you have to say who you are, then bruv, that says a lot about you, innit? And this is the whole thing with Loki. And I think now he's in a place where he has to deal with stuff that's out of his control.
Yeah.
Where his title doesn't count. And now I feel that's gonna teach him a lesson and gonna put him on another level of thinking, moving, you know, the way he's going to carry himself. And even when he came to realization of like, oh, I can't go back now, can I? So it's like, oh, I can't go back. But it can also come to a realization of like, oh, I don't need to be that guy anymore. I don't need to be that pretender anymore. I don't have to. I can now and go and maybe be that, like, a better version of that guy, but I don't have to do that. I can just go and do what I need to do.
And
but to still get to the level I was trying to get on that timeline.
And this is what we was talking about on the watch along, innit? So go over to patreon.com/cybernerds, watch Loki first time there. But yeah, I'm with you. But for me, this is what we were saying. This is what we were saying before. That bruv, he can't go back and be trying to be that guy. You gotta stay here. He's gotta be here, bruv. I would like, bruv. I don't know where the series is going, but if he ends up just running the time thing,
exactly,
I think that would be the best case scenario. Because then it's like you're the god of mischief. You've got your own little arena to play in, bruv, and then you're messing with stuff. Like, who knows what way he's gonna come out at the end. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, him running the place, doesn't that rub off the title of God of Mischief?
No.
Or maybe God of Mischief has died in that time.
When you ran into that room, it's like, this is what all the power is. Bro,
no, I know, but like, obviously these lot are running like
a strict...
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Bruv, he's getting recruited to the team. That means there's job opportunities, bruv. This is what
job opportunities to do more quite around the universe.
Yes, that's what man's recruiting him for. A man said that he's a baby. Man said he's a baby variant, fam. A baby one.
This thing is about to burn then. This whole
that's why he's gonna erase all these other cells, be the only one, and then run the Time Variant Agency, bruv.
Fam.
This guy said he's gonna kill himself.
Yes, he's gonna be the one.
It makes sense, bro. Because obviously the other Loki, the one we saw in 1960, he's going back and collecting bare resets, bro. He's probably trying to do like
the opposite.
He's trying to probably reset everything, bro. Like, oh, he might have watched that video and been like, I die to Thanos. The spirit, what's it called? What's the main timeline called? They called it something, fam. Anyway, he's probably like, I'm blowing this whole...
Thank you.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know, because like they go back to 18 Saturn, and they're shanking people, yeah?
Yeah.
So, do you reckon that variant has been where he is currently and trying to redo all of that back then?
At some point, he jumped off the timeline, and we just don't know where that is. And obviously, they're going to explain that, bro. But like he said, they got bare Infinity Stones there, so it's like, who knows? Do you know what I'm saying? But I do love the whole concept of, which they expanded on from the Endgame, where there's our main timeline. Someone, I can't remember, I can't believe I forgot what it's called. It's like the spiritual timeline or this special timeline, whatever. But so like, as soon as you jump off, it branches, and you have to erase it before it hits like a threshold and starts going all that way. I think that was sick, bro. But it's actually mad that they just, I mean, from what we've seen, they just erased that whole thing, bro.
That timeline.
Yeah, bro.
That line, yeah.
But that's a whole universe. They're just erasing like that, bro. That's mad.
But that universe also just been created, so they
no, bro. I hear it, but it's like when you peep it, it's like, bro, they're just flat out erased a universe, bro.
Because otherwise it's gonna go.
Bro, I get why.
I
get why, but it's still, that's all. Them lives are still lives.
I was gonna say, but that's from that time, though, isn't that? Man,
From
when
it's only from there.
Okay,
it's from as soon as Loki jumps into the pool and lands in Mongolia.
Well,
that time it starts branching, and that's why I was saying when they showed it on the thing, it had another like a crucial line that it couldn't go past. When it was like, oh, if it gets here, So like
there's the red bit.
Yes. So I just love that whole concept of how that's moving, bro. And it's definitely coming to play. Mate, like, bro, as soon as one timeline goes past that, yeah, and then someone else, other Loki, pushes one there, and that's probably why he's jumping back and forward through time. Because if he can get as many branches going before these men can reset, he said, "Oh, we're losing teams. That means them timelines ain't getting reset, bro. That means that team's already started, bro.
Yeah,
It's gonna get mad,
bro. It's
kind of mad already,
bro. They already mentioned about the multiverse, the mad one, bro. Like,
I loved it. But what I love the most is this whole like place here. Like, it always feels like you guys have played Control. It feels like
It
some
is,
kind
it
of
is.
That's
It
what
is,
I'm
it
saying.
is,
It feels like
100%,
Control.
100%.
like the whole look of it, yeah, like it's like it's back in, I don't know, the 1980s or something, but they had this whole shot of it looking at some futuristic Jetsons kind of place where man's like, I thought there's no magic here. It's like there isn't. But you see flying cars, you see the buildings, it's all computerized. I just like the whole difference of it was crazy.
You know what's crazy about that, yeah? It looked like they was just in space.
Yeah.
But because so many things were built on it, like the horizon was just
ongoing.
Yeah, it's space. It's just space.
Or is it time?
I was about to say, because since no stones work here, like, where is this?
It's time, bro.
Bro, like,
just,
it's crazy how that
can
looks.
it be time if the time stone don't work here though?
Bro, the time stone maybe feeds off the small energy from this place, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time well, and that's a time stone. That's something that just taps into that energy, bro. Come on, fam. We've been talking about this, bro. In fact, we was talking about on the other thing, like, space is infinite, bro. So that's how we was like the other day. The Tesseract just gathers that energy, bro. So, bro, there's got to be other worlds. He was even talking about. He said, oh, I want to burn it down or go to hell or something. He was like, oh, Nightmare. No, he was talking about Nightmare. He was like, oh no, we don't even like that department.
That's another department.
Exactly. Maybe that's where the reality stone feeds energy from, bruv. Like, these things are cut, and this is why it's sick that we're gonna get into the Eternals, bruv.
And pre this year, like, they go back to the Frosts, yeah, and where that's where they get their energy from, the Tesseract. Do you know what I mean? And that, and that man was on that type.
No, that's not the Tesseract. You're talking about the Frost box.
Yeah.
That's not the Tesseract.
Is it?
No. That's the next thing.
That's just but it looks like the
It looks it's blue and it's a box,
box.
Nah, but that's just like the thing. They're like power cell thing. That's why Odin takes that and has it there. And then they've got the Tesseract as well. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They show the Hela going past.
Yeah.
Because
she goes past that. That's
weak.
She goes past about and says that's weak, and then the Tesseract's there.
Oh, she goes, oh, that's interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah. They're two different things.
Okay, because I was like, wait, what? Did these man was getting it from this? Alright, cool. I appreciate that.
But yeah, man. Interesting, bruv. Interesting, fam.
But yeah, look at this thing is nuts.
It's a good start still.
Yeah, the whole set design and then just deciding on, it's pretty much like you said, it's like they kept the Bureau from 1960 something, but then obviously they've got all of the technology of all time.
Yeah, all times, yeah.
So it's like they've got everything, but the design, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why advance this decor? Like, there's no need to advance the decor if you've got all of it. So you pick the best Bureau decor from infinite time, and then we just technology everything else up. So this is what you get this,
They
bro.
living in outer space, bruv.
Bruv, are they, bruv? I don't think this is space, bruv. It's just
like, you see the black in the back, like, you've got all the buildings. And
it's ongoing, bro.
Yeah, like
there's no
anywhere you look, there's black in the background.
But then it's like,
but then there's so many buildings in between. Like, bro, how does one even navigate through that, like, destination from A to B, bro?
Yeah,
that's nuts.
I'm loving it. I'm loving the dialogue. I'm loving the set. I just want to go forward and see how Loki, like, it's his whole thing. He's definitely coming out on top. Like,
yeah, man.
Man's gonna just do a craziness.
They did a good job setting the tone and explain everything that needs to, so we can.
That's it.
Alright, good point of start. Everything's been explained. Go. So I'm expecting next episode to just be like full on
crud.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like a bit more action, a bit more going on. Do you know what I mean? Wherever they're chasing down. Hey man, and I want to also see what new characters gonna pop out of this from the MCU innit? So madness.
Guys. Oh, hello.
No, I guess not. I guess there is no opportunity to see Doctor Strange world-ish here, because they did mention is it Multiverse of Madness, whatever that's called?
Yeah, they slightly said it. So she said like it goes into a madness out into the multiverse.
Yeah.
So they were slightly putting it out there.
Yeah, it was.
And that's why
it was like it's so mad, because when going back to that, yeah, but I want to go full circle on that. When he was like, "Oh, how do you plead?" and he was like, "Oh, if it's about this time thing, blame the Avengers," which is what I was saying at the beginning. But they was like, "No, they did what they were supposed to do." So when they mentioned the madness and the multiverse, well, the multiverse made me think of Miles Morales. Do you know what I mean? And are we tapping into all these things? Like, are these things going to be shown to us, like a little bit more in depth?
I think
like, even if it's just one episode, like, oh, today we're dealing with this.
See, I think we're gonna get into this stuff, but not directly in the series. I think this series is gonna have its
Just
thing,
mention one or two things.
But I think the phase itself is gonna cover the multiverse. Like, I really think that in a Spider-Man movie, we're gonna end up with another Spider-Man, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man's gonna be gone. Hopefully, we get Miles. I really think that in Multiverse of the Madness, bare different stuff's gonna happen. Do you know what I'm saying? They might end up teaming up with Loki that we've got at the end of this series, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, and this Loki to fight the Loki he's chasing at the end of this. That would be a perfect villain for that. And you can even get Mordor on their man's side as well, bruv. Like.
Okay.
So I just feel like there's bare things that's going to be happening, and then bang, it's going to end with us getting a team from another universe, Fantastic Four.
Woo! Like,
the possibilities are
that's all here, bro.
Fantastic Four, man. Obviously, now we're in this space where Fantastic. They're allowed to do Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they showed it
it's on the thing, bro.
They've got the right shit,
yeah, bro.
Because we've just been dying for good Fantastic Four for so long, and because Fantastic Four taps into so many things around the universe, bro. Like,
for me,
please, let's just have a good.
It's not even a Fantastic Four for me. It's Doctor Doom, because what Doctor Doom brings is so much, bruv. So much, bruv. And I've been said it, bruv. Listen, we're bringing in Namor. Let's start talking about Namor, bruv. We got let's get Latveria out of here, fam. Even if this brother, like him messing with the time, like morphs the main timeline into like, imagine if the multiverse goes ham, and then it all like they fix it, but there's changes.
Like everyone from different.
Yes, and now Sokovia's gone, and now it's New Latveria because on a different timeline, something else happened there, and now Atlantis is back, and bruv, and this is why I think it's pivotal. I think Eternals, is the magic key, bruv, to just unlocking everything, bruv. It's gonna be mad, bro.
Listen, it's crazy, bro.
Guys, let us know in the comments down below. What do you think of this episode? What do you think of his heading? What do you think of Loki? Did you always like him? Was he always one of your top? I don't know what to call it. He's not really a villain. But
also, I want to say, if there's any comic books that's good to read, that can give us a bit more knowledge into the kind of stuff that we're gonna be exposed to and dealing with in this series, whatever's coming up, drop in a comment down below, and I'll be checking them out for them.
Or just at me on Twitter, innit? Because I ain't reading the comments. I'll trust you, man. Go on.
I was gonna say, where does Krang come from? He's in Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
I don't know specifically. I think he's like an Avengers. I thought he was an Avengers villain.
I think they're already. No, it's Ant-Man. That's it.
Okay, yeah, you are right.
That's
from that
Ant-Man.
Universe, isn't he?
Yeah.
The microverse or whatever.
Quantum verse.
Quantum Mania or something.
I said Quantum Mania, yeah. So, I really do think this whole phase is about the multiverse. Every single thing is going to be tapping into that.
We're already there, bro.
I just want to be like there.
We're there, Sam. Take time. To be honest, halfway through the episode, I was like, I guess we're in the TVA also. Like, viewers, we're the TVA because we've seen the time, like, we know the timeline. I just thought that was sick. I thought he said a line and I was like, raw. When he explained it to Loki, he was like, raw, we're actually part of the TVA. Like, bruv!
No, I get it.
The dialogue was
I don't want to get deeper, but he said there's 3 Time Lords. And I was like, anyway.
I love the dialogue. Guys, go over to Patreon. You know what to do. Go watch this watch along with us. It's mad still. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
Raven the GS.
Joe 1/3.
Peace.